Hello and welcome to This Month in Real Estate. It is October 25th, 2018. My name is Len Nevin. I'm with Loyalty Home Group at eXp Realty. Let me take that out. Look, we're going to be talking about what's going on in the real estate market here. So I'm going to talk a little bit. I've got another screen over here with some of my data on here, and I'll show those to you here in a second. But let's talk real briefly about what's going on in the real estate market. There's been a lot of conversation about it's a shift, what's going on, things moving. It's normalizing. Let's just talk about it that way. You've been hiding under a rock if you haven't thought that the real estate market's been insane for the last few years. I mean, I'm going to use the word years here. We saw a huge ramp up this year where, on stuff that was priced super, super high, multiple offers within hours, right? So boom, 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 just prices getting run up. People had a feeling that interest rates were going to be going up. The Fed has been not shy about announcing that they were going to be raising the rates. So I think people were taking advantage of it. So let's break into the numbers. So these are some of the numbers that I've been looking at. According to the National Association of Realtors, the number of projected home sales, so they do like a 12-month rolling basis on this, it actually declined 3.4% to 5.15 million. And I'm going to switch over to show you this graph. So if you look right here, sales decreased 5.15 million to 5.3. So it's 5.3 million, so that's that 12-month, right, rolling number. So they look back 12 months. August 2017 to August 2018 saw 5.33 million in sales. September to September saw 5.15. So what this allows us to do is we can see more of a trajectory. What are we doing? Are we going up? Are we going down? Because it's going to have the high months and there's going to have the low months. I mean, you're getting a little bit of everything. The national median home price, you can see right there, 258,100. That's actually down 2.8% from the previous month. So we're looking at September numbers because we don't have all of October numbers yet. We just finally got these September numbers. It takes them a lot of time to compile this nationwide data, and that's up 4.2% from last year. So we still see some increases in average sales prices. What we're hoping for, personally, is that that's going to slow down a little bit, because the second housing becomes 100% unaffordable, then it's going to go down. So it's basically what the Fed is doing. If you really look at the things, they're trying to slow down the increase in prices, which is a form of inflation, to allow all the jobs that have been created to kick in, allow people to get debt paid off, and be able to buy those houses. So if we don't slow down the rate of sales price increases, what ends up happening is that you never catch up, right? So, and that person who maybe could have bought next February, who renewed their lease thinking they'd be ready to go, won't be able to. So that's kind of what's going on nationwide. So let's talk Phoenix, right? So in Phoenix, we saw the number of home sales rose to 75,334. So that's up 1.8% from the same time last year. This number's been kind of decreasing month by month as well. So when we look at the national at 5.15, down to down 5.15 from 5.33. When we were having these conversations 3-4 months ago, we'd say, yeah, we're at 62,000 or we're at 48,000 year to date. That's up 3%. Now we're down to 1.8. So last month we were like 2.8% higher than we were a year ago. Now we're 1.8. So we're at a point where it's like, when is it gonna basically be the same number of sales or even less in the Phoenix market? Median sales price in Phoenix decreased to 260. That's down 1.14. So it was at 265 last month. So it went from 265 as the median down to 260. So what that typical person's buying just dropped a little bit. However, that's up 7.24% from last year. So month to month it went down a little bit, but overall we're still seeing a better year than we did last year. So overall gains. And it's just part of some of it's cyclical. I'm just going to be honest with you. Some of it's seasonal. Some of it's just, look, we don't have as many sales in September as we do August. May is the biggest month, so it's like sales go like this. May hits, and then it just kind of slowly drops every year. It's just what happens. So it's nothing to really panic about. All right, let's talk Chicago. In Chicago, the number of home sales rose to 98,384, which is actually down 3.18% from last year. So there was, like I was just talking about in Phoenix, we're still year to date at more sales than we were in 2017. In Chicago, it's the other way around. A year ago, at the end of September 2017, there was more sales than we've seen at the end of September 2018. So it's a different market, and so this is why we like to talk about, the different markets. We see nationwide versus this local market versus that local market. Everything's local, and that's why I always say, if you're looking to sell, if you need more information, let us get down to the nitty gritty, because I'm talking about Phoenix and you may be in Gilbert or you may be in Mesa. I'm talking about Chicago and you're out there in Rockford, or you're out there in Elgin, or you're in the Lincoln Park, or you're in wherever you're at. You can't pinpoint it, right? So that's kind of where we would say it. So median sales price in Chicago, that decreased down to 228, and that was at 230. So it went from 230 to 228. So nothing, earth-shattering, but it's still down 0.87% last year. But however, up 3.64 from the year before. So it went from 220 end of September last year to 228 end of September this year. So still overall gains. People are still, still working out in people's favors is basically what that boils down. Mortgage rates. Let's hit those real quick. So according to Freddie Mac, the national average for a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage last month basically ended at 4.86. And actually, I got that number as of today. So while all my other data is kind of sitting based off of the end of September, I went to Freddie Mac's website 5 minutes ago, and it told me 4.86. So, and that went up. So it was at 4.7. So it's just like interest rates the Fed has promised that's what they were going to do, and they're talking about doing it 1 or 2 more times this year. So if you're looking to buy, affordability is basically at an all-time high and will continue to decrease. At a $300,000 home, 4% to 5% is a few $100 a month. So big jumps could mean the difference between you saying, okay, well, I qualify for a $300,000 house down to a $250,000 house, or even a $275,000 or whatever it is. So if you don't think it's a big deal between a $300,000 house and a $275,000, I challenge you to jump on the website, go into where you live, do a search, look for $275,000 houses, and look at the $300,000 houses, and tell me you don't notice a difference. So the goal is take advantage while you can. If you can't afford it, then that's a whole different conversation. When you can afford it, you do the best that you can, with the idea is that you buy smart, build the equity. When you're ready to move up, you just take the equity and use it as an additional down payment, so you end up with the exact same mortgage, in a bigger house. That's the overall goal, right? So anyways, to see how these numbers affect you specifically, I'll put a link in here to give you a quick little access to do a quick CMA on your property, like a quick analysis telling you what the property is potentially worth. We'll dig into that a little bit deeper for you as well, so that we can give you more specific numbers. If you're looking to sell, definitely let us know. This time of year, we need to talk strategy, not just when do you want the sign to go up. It's more complicated than that, especially October, November, December. But you can still get a good amount of money on your property right now because there's less competition, because most people are saying, I'm going to wait till spring. So the buyer percentage, the buyer demand doesn't really change too much in comparison to the available inventory. So that buyer who's like, look, I just had a conversation with a guy half hour ago. He's moving here from Georgia and he needs to buy a place. He's not going to put his new job on hold because he wants to wait till spring. He's got to do it now. So you're the seller who's got that great house. You put it up, he's going to give you a great price for it. So something to think about. Any questions, feel free to reach out. That's what I'm here for. And thanks so much for watching.